You're now listening to season 3. Stay tuned podcast, man. We are back. We are back, man. Kieran, man, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm all right. I was trying to think if I'd cut my hair by the last time we was
You,
recording,
you
but yeah, I
had.
had, didn't
You had, man. You was no
Yeah.
longer Coolio, man. In fact, RIP Coolio. I don't think we recorded since he died. I swear we're not recorded, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, words. But yeah, I'm good. I'm alive. Sun shining. Yeah, man. What you saying?
I'm good, man. I'm just out here, man. Just living. I feel like a lot's happened though since we last recorded. So I'm trying to think.
A lot. A lot has
Yeah, a
happened.
lot has happened actually, but no, I'm good, man. Just living life as usual. Going under the radar like I like to do, just do my own thing. But yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good, man. Enjoying the Euros, Copa America. I think
Oh yeah, the starts. Is that tonight?
no, the first
Was that
game
yesterday?
Argentina was on last night, but when you start to watch it, like I done the dumb thing. Like I could have had a little sleep between like 11. I think the game kicked off at 2. I tried to be brave. I thought, let me try and be brave and stay awake. And then before I knew it, like 2:15, my eyes are like
Yeah.
slowly shutting. I thought, let me just have a little sleep for 5 minutes. I was out.
Then 5:30 in it.
Because it was 6:25 this morning. I was like,
That's correct.
oh. So I was mad about that, man. But it's good to be back, man. It's good to be back on the pod. Obviously,
Definitely.
anyone that hasn't listened to the podcast before, obviously we do it in seasons, so we take breaks. We're not a continual podcast. We like to go away and just live a bit of life and then come back and talk about things. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the videos, make sure you like the audio notifications as well, the social accounts as well. Make sure you jump on all of those things there. But yeah, man, Euros, man. You've been watching Euros.
And be careful how I word this, but yeah, I've seen a lot of games.
Bad games or good games?
No. I think the worst game I saw was probably the England ones.
Yeah, I
To
was
be
about to
fair,
say, I don't know why
they, no, they no, they've been good. No, they've been good. I think that the Italy Albania game was a bit boring. I was falling asleep during that once Italy took the lead. But all the games they've been pretty good.
they've had
I
goals,
think.
and I think that's the good thing in it. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sure I read yesterday. I was listening to a podcast yesterday. There's been 42. Well, up until yesterday, obviously there's been more now, but there's 42 goals been scored because they were talking about Jamal Musiala, who's the top goal scorer with 2 goals, and they were saying normally by now there's a lot more people that have scored like multiple goals, but it's so early. Like some teams have only played 1 game still. I think it's only the second week, isn't it? So
Yeah. I think the last round of the second round games are either. I think they're today.
yeah, because there'll be
Maybe tomorrow actually. So I think
yeah,
Portugal are playing tomorrow.
there's some games that are on at both times. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
starting to do that now. So when you get to that point of the tournament, you're near the end of the groups. And
Business end.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But no, man, I've enjoyed it, man. It's not. I remember. I think you said actually a couple of weeks ago that you're hoping this might be one of the better tournaments over the last couple of years. I don't know if it has though. Like I don't know. When you
Really?
get. It depends. It depends what you're looking at it from. What perspective? Has it been good because we've got goals and the games have been decent? Yeah, but I like the excitement in the games. Like, yeah, I haven't really felt that excitement in all the games. Like, I can't really describe it, but like sometimes you'll be watching a game and it's just like end to end. It's gripping. Do you know what I mean? Whereas
Yeah.
like you just said, the Italy, Albania, the England games have been boring. Like if it wasn't England, I don't think I'd be watching them.
See, can I?
Go on.
But the game against Denmark, because obviously, as you know, I'm watching pretty much as a neutral.
Man
I'm
said
gonna
as a
say,
man said
so,
pretty much as a
but
neutral man.
but the England. I'll come to the Serbia one in a moment. But the England Denmark game actually was quite entertaining. Like Denmark probably should have won. It wasn't like end. It wasn't.
It depends what you mean by entertaining though. Like it was entertaining probably for the wrong reasons, I think. Do you know what I mean?
Good
Like
point.
it was entertaining, and Denmark definitely should have won the game because they were the better team. But they didn't play like amazing football either. It's just that England were
Yeah,
that
that's true.
bad that it was there for Denmark to take the game. They just didn't take it. But
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like low quality but entertaining. Yeah, because
yeah,
it was a lot of stuff came from mistakes.
yeah.
So I do know what you mean, and the Spain Italy game was a bit like that yesterday as well. There was a lot of
Oh, Spain bad.
good players, but lots of like, Spain just played Italy into a lot of mistakes, which is I think how they got was an own goal, wasn't it,
Yeah,
that they won
I
by?
think
So
Italy only had like one shot on target. Like they, with Italy, I like Spain. I do like Spain, and I think my worry with them is they're not clinical enough. And I worry that when they come up against like France or Germany or whoever, maybe even Portugal, like you have to be like tournament football. You have to just be clinical. You
yeah,
have to be
yeah,
clinical. You ain't got time to be. I swear they had like 17 shots on target yesterday. Spain, like you can't like you got to at least take three of them and make them goals. At least three, and they were lucky. It was an OG that. Do you know what I mean?
got
Was the
them
goal?
through, got them over the
Yeah.
line.
So and they've
Yeah,
qualified now though. I think Spain. I think it's only
yeah, they're
Germany.
good.
See Germany and Spain are the two that's qualified so far. I think.
Yeah,
But but yeah, man. England's just listen. I ain't even got time for them because like nah, you know why? Because if we had a coach, a manager, whatever, a coach that was like not like I think because he's a defender, Gareth Southgate's being a defender, yeah. His mindset is defense, yeah. But if you had someone who knew you can't have that group of players and they're not pressing, they're not playing like like you want that team, that England team to be playing a high line, pressing aggressive football,
yeah.
and they're sat back like Harry Kane is camped back in midfield. Like listen, I don't know how I said it on another podcast. I do not know how England are favourites to win the tournament. Even now, they're still favourites to win the tournament.
But I think there's a lot around. We don't have enough time for this, but
No, man, we got time, man. We got time, man. How about that?
no, I mean all the issues, but I think a lot of people hit the nail on the head. I think Southgate's a good manager, but he's not. He doesn't strike me as a tournament winning manager. He's very conservative. Even it's strange. Even obviously the teams that he's picking, he's got. There's about three players that are in there that are just in there because he doesn't want to not play them. Trent's in there, but he shouldn't be playing in there.
I'd play him at right back, you know.
But that's what I mean. It's him or Walker.
Yeah, you
There's
got to either
there's no
put him right
point.
back or drop him because he can't play in that midfield. That's yeah. I hear what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, it's mad. And the same, like it's Bellingham or Foden, or out of the three of Bellingham, Foden, and Kane, there's only two can play max.
No,
Can't have three of them
would you
in the
not drop
team.
Bellingham into midfield though?
I don't, because I know we're going to talk about Bellingham.
Yeah.
I really rate him, and I'll be consistent with what I've always said. I do think he's an excellent player. I think he's on his way to being world class. I don't quite put him in that. And when I say world class, just as in a bit controversial maybe, but as in one of the best midfielders in the world right now, my first pick wouldn't be Bellingham.
Oh no, I
I
agree with
think
you. No, I agree
you
with
know
you.
what I mean.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he's very good. He's very close to that. So I don't think he can drop in and do that in the way that I think people think he can. So that's why I'll just keep that. He's been effective there for Real Madrid. So just put him in the 10. But Foden wants to play in that kind of left but inside
Yeah, but
space.
he's
So
cutting in. He keeps when Foden's on the left. The first thing he does is cuts into.
that's what I mean.
Do you
So
know
they're
what I mean?
occupying. They want to do the same jobs. It's one or the other, and you play a different brand. But then you've got the issue of Harry Kane, who also wants to drop in. So you've got three men in that space, almost, or trying to drop back in and dictate play. So I mean, we've talked about this in the group chat anyway. But just two out of three, not three. And then there's one or two other issues, but that's the problem for me. He's trying to cram in a lot of man that you don't need to play all them, and it's fine to just stick them on a bench. Look at Portugal's bench; their bench is mad.
Yeah,
Like France's bench is mad, but Spain they've got mad players on the bench.
yeah, but
Just put them on there.
they're playing a football that suits their players that are starting, whereas we're trying to like shoehorn the players in. Like you just mentioned there, Trent, Ford. Like for me personally, I'll be honest, and I said it before the game as well on another podcast. I'd actually drop Harry Kane. I know he scored, so he made me eat my words. Yeah, but if he's gonna
Not
keep
really.
dropping, but you see when Ollie Watkins came on, yeah, Did you see the difference, like in terms of?
So who came on?
Shush, man. Be quiet, man. Relax, man. Relax, man. You're right. We
So
got it.
I didn't. I
But
thought I heard wrong.
hold
Tony.
on, hold on. I'm gonna get you back in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna give you a touche moment in a minute. Watch this one. Watch the drop in a minute. Yeah, but yeah, you're shoehorning certain players in, and for me, if Kane, like, because Kane's good, yeah, Kane's gonna get you a goal. So I understand why people want to see him in the team, and you probably want to keep him in the game for 90 minutes. But when you go 1-0 up, you need another goal. You need a third goal. If he can't do that and he's not willing to run into the spaces behind him, in behind the
It's done.
defenders, then just drop him then and put on Ollie Watkins. Because when you go that 1-0 up, you can't then sit back. Like luckily, you do that against Serbia, you get away with it. You do it against Denmark, you get a point. But when you come up against Germany, you ain't got time. You think you can defend for like 60% of the game, like with the like Mark Guehi,
What does that?
brilliant player.
Yeah,
He's probably one of the better players out of the England team. There's two solid performances. Even though he made that mistake in the game against Denmark, he still the recovery for it was excellent. Do you know what I mean? To get back and
yeah.
make right of his wrongs. But I'm gonna say this. This is the touche moment. Yeah.
Well,
How on earth, yeah, are you bringing on Jared Bowen and you got Cole Palmer sitting on the bench? And I know people are gonna say, "Oh, Chelsea," but nah, forget the Chelsea connection. He's just, for me personally, he's just a player that if you've taken him, he's had a really good season. Give him the opportunity, because when Bowen's come on, he came on against Serbia and Denmark. Now, I can't really remember what he done in either of those games for him to even get another chance. So
yeah, but I agree. I agree that he would have come on and offered something different. And I know we were talking about Gordon as well. I think
yeah,
anyone would have come, but I agree. I think it would have been good for him to have come on. I think in place of Saka as well. I think because Bowen played left. He played on the left, didn't he? I think
no,
from what I can remember.
Bowen was on the right. Eze was on the left. Was it
Oh
not? No?
yeah, sorry. Did Bowen come on the left in the Serbia game? I remember him.
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Because I think
Anyway, I think
Saka never came off for Serbia, did he? I think he stayed on, and I think
did he
Bowen.
stay?
I
Yeah.
can't remember.
So no, I totally agree. But it's a mess because I think what everybody's alluding to is and this has been, the discussion leveled at a few managers in the Prem. I don't think he knows what he wants to do. He's got a lot of different men from different systems, and it's all a bit chaotic in
Yeah,
there.
but it's
And
that's every country though, cuz is it not like Spain and Italy and Germany's issue as well? They got a, like, do you know what I mean?
yes and no, because I think what he can do is he can pick and play the players for his system that are used to that system. That makes sense. And if this is my other issue, and coming on to Bellingham in a moment, I think people think the England players are better than they are. I think they've got some really good players, but I think in people's heads, these men can go into any team. Like you see Alaba, for example, when he plays for Austria, or like Xhaka for Switzerland, although they play a little bit similar to Leverkusen, but they're thinking that these men are world beaters, and if they were, I'm sorry, but you'd still stand out in a team where the tactics are a bit of a mess and the dead players around you. So I just think in people's heads,
I agree with that a little bit, but go on.
yeah, that's the thing for me. So I think it's picking the players. And listen, if you're not going to play the way that Pep plays, yeah, Foden has to ride the bench. Like that's the facts.
But he could
Do
play
you know
that.
what I
What
mean?
I'm trying to say is he could play that way, because you look at Saka, Arteta plays high line, pressing, aggressive football.
Yeah, and
Do you know what I
Saka's
mean?
played well in the start. I know
Saka
he's
played
in
well.
the second half he
Yeah,
wasn't great,
he
but
hasn't
Serbia
played. He
was
hasn't
good.
played well. He's played all right. I think he's just played as average as the others. But what I'm saying is, like, they all play similar style football in the Premier League for their clubs. Even Carl Walker and John Stones, half the time, where are they for City on the halfway line? Do you know what I mean? They play high line. They play like,
John Stones hasn't had a great. I don't think he's been that good this
nah. But
tournament. Walker's played well,
what I'm
but I
trying
think
to
he can play that.
what I'm trying to say though is they all play the similar style of football for their clubs. So if Gareth Southgate used that to his strengths and used their strengths to hit to their strengths, and actually took a piece of, because Arteta has mastered his style of football on Pep. So Arsenal and City play very similar. Even Liverpool. You think about Liverpool. So even oh yeah, Trent. I was gonna say he's a Liverpool player in there, but even them, they all play similar football. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think they. I think they play.
They all play
The
aggressive football,
difference
though,
isn't.
you
It's
know.
not like long football and passing. But what I'm saying is, I was saying to someone. I was saying to someone at work about this. Saka can play that. He can play both. He can play the passing game and the pressing game. But he plays with Jesus or Havertz up front. It's different. City play with Haaland. So and they do play the passing, but their passing game I think is a little bit different.
Yeah, it might be
So
a
I
little
think
bit different,
actually
but it doesn't have to be as defensive as it is what I'm saying.
no, 100%. And Carl Walker, what I say with him is, although he plays in Pep's system, Carl Walker's a dynamic player. Like he can play, but he can press because of his physical attributes. Do you know what I mean?
But that's my point
But
then, that they should be doing that and they're not doing that.
they should be. But what I'll say with Foden, and I know a lot of people disagree, but I think he's an extremely talented player, like ability wise. I don't think I think outside of Pep's system he struggles, and we've seen that because
I don't think he's even that good. Like, I'll be honest. I don't think the way people talk about Foden, I would think he could go and get signed by Real Madrid, but he can't because he's to me he isn't that good.
I don't think he could do that. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
blaming him
saying.
because he doesn't play in a team that has to defend play like England.
And
When's the
not
last time you saw him getting back and defending? He
no
doesn't have to do
exactly,
that.
and not just that. Like obviously Pep likes to, Pep already doesn't have a regular. There's only certain players in the team that's hold down a regular place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he is probably one of them actually. He plays more than he doesn't, but I don't think he's that good. Like I look at him, I look at like even City. Let's be honest, like City's squad. Yeah, I look at Doku. I don't think he's that good. I look at Grealish. I don't think he's that good. I look at Foden. I don't think he's that good. Do you know what I mean? They're not amazing players, but Pep knows how to get the best out of them in the particular place. Whether they're playing on the left or the 10 or whatever, he gets the best out of them, and that's what Southgate has to do. And if he's got an 11 that ain't doing that, even Bellingham actually. Let's get on to Bellingham actually. Even him.
Yeah.
Because I said, did I say it on this podcast? I must say it on this one or maybe another one. But I remember
Go on.
saying, and this is why I'm going to say it because I know someone's probably going to go, but you said this a couple of months ago. I said he's probably got the level where he can be up there and we talk about him like a Zinedine Zidane. Not that he's got the same quality as Zinedine Zidane. We talk about him like a Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah.
Like that,
Go on.
yeah. But
Yeah.
when I look at him now, and I've watched him this season quite a lot for Real Madrid as well, I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I'll be honest. I don't see the hype. Maybe it's because it's one part of me. I was talking to someone about this on Saturday, actually. I don't know if one part of me can't get past the fact that like he's pushed into the media so much and like that side of it,
Yeah.
why I kind of don't think his footballing ability lives up to that need to push him into the media so much. But I need to detach the two. Do you know what I mean? And I at the moment I can't do that.
You know what the problem was with that. I think it was the Real Madrid fans were linking him to Zidane. I've never ever seen that. Like this, I don't want to say it's a disrespect to the Zidane to disrespect Bellingham, but I think people have forgotten Zidane, his Juve days, his France days, and his Real days, and I
Yeah.
don't think people are remembering
I'm not
like
basing it on
whole
quality
games
though.
of him
I'm
playing.
not
Do you know
basing
what
it
I
on
mean?
quality. I'm basing it on like
Yeah.
how they talk about him. So and it's
No.
kind
Yeah.
so quality wise, he's never going to be a Zidane ever. He can never get to that level because Zidane. Like,
He's got
we
his
still
own
talk about
category.
Zidane now, and how
Yeah.
long ago did we stop
Yeah.
playing football? Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's my point. I think he's got that. He can go on that trajectory where we talk about him for a long time, like we talk about Wayne Rooney now, and do you know what I mean? People still talk about 16-year-old Wayne Rooney and Beckham and all them kind of. I think he's got the level to get to there in terms of the quality that he has, but not as a Dan level quality. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to be
No, I
he's not going to
agree.
be a world class player. He can't be world class for me at the moment.
No, I agree, and I think that for me the problem started. It started a while ago, but when I watched the first game and I saw. Have you seen the Adidas advert
Yeah,
with
see all
England?
that.
It's a mess,
You see all
complete and
that.
utter mess. Yeah,
Remember I told you they build up people to knock you down. That's the start of it right there. That Hey
yeah.
Jude and all the people in the video, and it was before then though, cuz it was before it was.
No. It was. You're right.
I
You're right.
noticed it before in the Champions League final. Like just the way, like what annoys me about not just Jude as well. There's other players that they do it to, but like they applaud you for doing the most basic things as a human being, like handing your shirt to a child in the crowd, or not.
Speaking in an interview and
Yeah,
answering
like, oh, you
questions.
speak so
Yeah,
well. What do you expect to speak like? I'm like, what do you
like
expect
a
him to?
hoodlum.
Yeah, like where? It's from like Starbridge. Where do you expect him to speak from? Like Angolia, like it's and like, oh, he doesn't want to step on the Man City crest, so he walks around it. So what? Like, so what?
No one cares, innit?
Like,
No,
it's
for
things
real.
like that for me. That and it's not his fault. Like, he's obviously, but he seems like the PR guy. Like, he's got a good PR team around him and all the rest of it. And I don't like that bit of it. But that's not. I've got to detach that from the footballing ability of him.
Yeah,
Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? But do you think that he's just overhyped because he's English? If he was Spanish and his name was, I don't know, you're better with,
Garcia.
yeah, like if he was just a
Yeah.
random Spanish guy at flipping Sociedad, would he be getting the same amount of praise that he gets now? Probably not.
I think he's an excellent player, and given kind of similar to Yamal, if you've watched him play for
Yeah,
Spain, like do you know what I mean? So I do think some of the hype is justified. I think he's been excellent since he's broken through, and I know that you obviously watched him probably quite a bit more than me when he's younger, but I watched him at Dortmund and at Real. I think the problem comes is that they're building this kind of almost like this kind of Bellingham universe. It's almost like
it's a
how
brand
obviously with
cuz
David
brand.
Brand, yeah, Brand Beckham, and even Ronaldo's got it. But Ronaldo, I can live with that because and CR7, I should say, not the true Ronaldo, but
Cristiano. Even no, but even R9,
Cristiano.
you can say R9 as well. Like he,
No, but what I mean is he didn't have a brand. He was just R9, and he's just playing football
R9 never had a brand cuz.
no. When I say brand, I mean he wasn't
Man
the
was the
way in
face of
which.
Nike for how long? He was a brand himself. Ronaldo's a brand cuz.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you look at David Beckham, for example, where he's marketing himself all over the place, like it was quite clear that he wanted to be brand. Beckham was R9 was he's a football guy first, and then there's all the other stuff afterwards. With Bellingham, it's starting to look a little bit like it's the Bellingham brand, and they'll come back. I'll link this back to the England team in a moment, but it's the Bellingham brand. Also, he just happens to play football as well, and he's quite good. And I think that's the bit that's getting a bit mad. Where you see it on the pitch is all that arm flapping and all that stuff, which a lot of players do, by the way. So I'm not getting onto him specifically, and you can show your frustration. That don't work in an England team because everybody's got to work hard because you've got to make up for the deficit of the players that are weaker. So your Trippier's, who's a good player, but he's,
Yeah,
he's a bit of a weak link.
well,
Yeah,
he should be playing on
I'm
the left,
gonna.
should he? He should be playing.
I'm,
Yeah.
yeah, bit controversial. I mean, not the next one, but one of the one after. Trent again. Bit of a week. You can't be flapping your arms because someone's going to run at Trent and go past him. I'm going to throw Rice in there as well. I like him, but he's not like they link. They talk about him like his prime Roy Keane or Yaya Toure. Like he's a good player. But when you've got players where there's a deficit, you've got to come together as a team. So when you think you've been fouled, you throw yourself on the floor and you just you're not getting back up.
Yeah.
That for me where the brand is coming in, and it's almost like he's more important than the team. And with England, it's fine because it's harder for him to be out the team than in the team, if you know what I mean. With Real, we're going to see this year because you got Mbappe, Endrick, Vinicius, Modric is still there. Like it'll be interesting to see, and I think that's the problem with England. Too many men just playing for themselves and not
But
part of the team.
that's how it's always been. Like, I agree with you
Yeah.
100%. That's how it's always been. And I watching it last night, yeah, I was thinking, because what you said before about like the players think they're better, or the fans think the players are better than they are. I think there are some quality players in there. Like, we can't say that Trent isn't one of the best right backs in the world. Like, we can't say that. He for me, he is.
He's a good attacking right back. But
Well, it depends. Like, yeah, I
no,
agree
no,
that he can't. I agree that he
no, no,
can't defend you.
I
But last night, I would have preferred to see him at right back than Carl Walker because it just made more
100%.
sense. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and to be fair, there ain't actually that many good right backs in the world anyway right now. There's only a handful of them. Like, if we're being honest, like world class ones. But I just think they're all individuals and they play like. And when you watch that team, they all play like they're individuals. They don't play like a team. They don't. There's no like structure.
There's no cohesion.
There's no cohesion. There's nothing. One of them's pressing, one of them's not. It's just off. The whole thing's off, and I don't know, man. Like I said before, how England are still favourites to win this tournament, I don't know. Because to me, unless something changes, what's the last game? Slovenia.
Slovenia. They might be out. They might not make it through. They probably will.
That's why I texted you about Danny Murphy, because I was watching the thing last night trying to stay awake for the Copa America, and he was like, "Oh, but we're through already." And not Jill Scott, what's her name? Alex Scott.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, my Alexa's just gone off." Yeah, she's like, "Oh no, but we're not actually through yet. Like, come back down to reality. We're not through yet," sort of thing. So, you have to remind these people, man, that it ain't just like guaranteed. Yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, no, I like Jude, man. I like Jude. I think he's good. I don't like the whole, because you know what's gonna happen, because like we gotta be real, like we know what's gonna happen with Jude if he misses.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for point.
Misses
if England,
a penalty.
if England don't win.
It won't even be this tournament. I guarantee it won't be this tournament. And the same thing's gonna happen to him in Spain at some point as well. The same thing, because remember, they loved Gareth Bale. Remember when he was banging in the goals, he was scoring the Champions League goals, and all of them things. They loved him. And then what happened to Gareth Bale? The man was smashing up his cars and all sorts over there. So the same thing will happen to him in Spain. The same thing is going to happen to him for England. I guarantee you. Not this tournament, another tournament.
At some point.
Yeah, 100%, man. But let us know what you think about Jude, Euros, all of that stuff, man. Comments in this comment section below. Is Jude world class? We don't think he. Well, I don't know if you do. I don't think you do, but we don't think he's world class. But let us know what you think in the comments, man. About Jude, about the Euros. Who's going to win the Euros, man? Who've got to win the Euros, actually, before we move on?
Who did I have? France. Sorry, so obvious.
Fuck off, man.
Yeah.
Man had to, as if man had to think about it. Man said, "Oh, let me think." Oh,
no, I forgot. So I was thinking Germany, but that was a conversation we had, but that wasn't me. So
I still think Portugal. I still think Portugal in there with a shout. The only thing with them is they can't. Well, for me personally, I wouldn't play Ronaldo every game, but that's just me.
Definitely not. But
that's just me.
Yeah, I think it'll be out of them, Germany, France, Germany, Portugal. Maybe Italy, just because they've got previous. They're just
always there. Didn't they win it last one?
Yeah, they won it last time. Don't forget the World Cup, that was a little while ago, but they won that one. Obviously, was like you can never write them off.
No, true. But yeah, man, interesting times, man. But like we said at the start, a lot's happened since we last recorded, and one of the biggest stories I think that came out a couple of weeks back now. It feels like it's been hanging around. This story actually has been hanging around for years. Years and years and years, and seems to have come to light now. And what we're talking about is Diddy assaulting not just Cassie but other people, and loads of skeletons are coming out of his closet, and just loads of mad things like that. I think people had always heard like rumors, and within certain circles, I think people knew what probably happened, but just never really gave us more detail on it. But now the details, like did I send you the court documents, like the original ones, like Cassie? I must have put it in a group. I would have put it in a group.
Probably in a group. Yeah, I can't remember reading them.
It's about 70 pages, 80 pages long. Like it's a whole lawsuit about.
It's got a trigger warning on it as well, hasn't it? I think.
Yeah. In fact, we should put a trigger warning on this, to be fair, as well. Just because it's like a mad topic, but like. The document is mad, because it's got all like pictures and like just literally like evidence. When someone says something like, "Oh, he hit me in the face," or "He's kicked me," and it's your word against theirs. No, this has got like full on
hard evidence.
Two men in a bed, paraphernalia, just everything in a document that kind of backs up what Cassie's saying, and other women. Other men are saying as well, because it's not just women. There was men involved, like that were getting assaulted and sexually assaulted as well. And then obviously the video came out, which I don't know if you've seen the video of like the hotel. Where
I've seen the hotel.
She's trying to escape, and he just like he's
kicking on the floor.
What's scary about that though, because when you see kind of things like that, when he's like got the tower around him, he's like literally just like he doesn't care, like that he's in a hotel. He feels brazen enough to do that. Just walk out the room. Anyone could walk out there, like their hotel room or come out the lift as well, because that's where I think she was heading towards the lift,
It's a lobby.
the
Yeah,
lobby thing. Anyone could
yeah.
come out, and he's that brazen to do it. So, what's your thoughts on it, man? Because like, it seems like he's kind of, the story's gone away. I don't think it will. I think it will come back at some point, but it's a mad story, man. It's mad. It's crazy. It's not even a story. It's someone's truth, but it's mad.
Yeah, yeah. Because obviously I'm gonna say the dust has settled, in just in terms of I've had a chance to obviously like watch it, read about it, listen to people's views on it, and yeah, I kind of echo what a lot of people have been saying. It's a complete and utter, it's a shambles. Even his apology, you must have seen it yeah, and it's just like,
Which one though? Because there was one
oh,
first saying,
the video,
the
because
video.
he has there's a written one and
He
there's a
tried
video
to
on it,
say, I'm
but
going to clear my name first of all. He said all these things people are saying are
that's
lies.
it. Yeah, yeah,
Then the
yeah,
video
yeah.
came out like, nah, it's not lies because we can see you kicking her and punching her. And then he came out with the video where he looks like he's living next door to Russell Simmons. Like, I don't know where he is, but they're both on the same island somewhere. But
No, it's mad, and because my brethren was asking me, and I just said, in those situations, there's no point putting out an apology video. Like there's literally no point, because not that you shouldn't apologize for those things, obviously, but it's
you've done them in the
the
first
video
place.
is
Like,
mad, and the way that he's apologizing, saying he was in a bad place, and it's like you don't get it, like you don't actually, you don't get, because what I think, once you behave in that way, you can, I always believe that a person can be reformed, but you can never, I don't think you can ever make up for that's who, like, that's in you, and in order for you to not do that, you're gonna have to do some work every single day to avoid that, because that's an instinctual reaction. Do you know what I mean? He's done that with no remorse or anything. Like, even 'cause remember the thing, he drags her on the floor and he goes back and starts kicking her in
stamping
a
on her,
in a
yeah.
hotel lobby. Do you know what I mean? That's a person that's just you as an individual. So yeah, there's no point apologizing. You just come out and say, I did it. I'll take my dues and just disappear in it. So
I think,
no, I know.
sorry,
Yeah.
go on.
No, I was going to ask you, like, what's I was going to say. I know. We talked about what comes to mind for you when, like, now that you've got some distance from it.
I just think there's a lot more that's happened in his life and other people's lives that we probably will never know about, because the mad thing about that video that came out, it was years and years and years before. So someone said, I think they said originally when his house got raided, that was one of the things that he paid someone at the hotel to take the CCTV video so he could keep it. That's another mad thing. Why are you keeping the video? Like, what are you keeping the video for? To watch it on a Friday night when you're bored? Like, what do you do with it?
Yeah, probably. That's what I mean. Like,
It's
that's
crazy,
that's
man.
the kind of person that he is. Do you
It's
know? You know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
But I think there's a lot of things that he's done or been affiliated with, connected with, and he's probably got away with them. And I suppose when you've got people in power around you, people probably on the payroll in even there, the FBI, maybe the FBI, I don't know, the New York Police Department, whoever. And you've got all these
Yeah.
people on your payroll, or they're working with you. You've got that much power. You probably do feel like a god. Like, I'll be honest, you probably do feel like you can do whatever you want, but in the world you can't do that. Even if you are a powerful person or whatever, you got this many people, and you surround yourself by pure yes men or yes women, you probably do feel powerful. But at the
No,
same time as
100%.
well, I just think there's a massive circle. He won't be the only one. He, like,
Nah.
Stevie J, I'm not going to name names, but
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot of people out there, especially in America, in that circle, that are doing exactly the same thing. They just haven't. Like, Jay-Z could be one of them, allegedly. Do you know what I mean? Like, he could be one of them.
There's a lot, and
Do you
it
know what I
goes
mean?
back to Cat Williams' interview, innit?
The
Do you
man
know what I
said it
mean?
himself,
It's Yeah, and that's why I'm not gonna get into it. But I'll just drop it and leave it there, and people can reflect on it. But
What did he say?
the,
Didn't he say something
the,
like, it's over for you big dick deviants or something like that?
listen.
That's what he said.
The,
They,
the, the, for me, you know what's been a little bit the tip of the iceberg. This and the Kendrick Drake beef as well. There's a lot. There's I'm just waiting, because it's all the things, you know, sometimes you think, right, that's a bit mad, but you know, you're thinking that 15 years ago when the world was a bit of a different place. Well, yeah,
What you mean?
it's,
What was said in the Drake and Kendrick beef? You mean?
I'm just saying, there's no smoke without fire.
Nah, listen. I think. Listen, when a man like listen, Drake's always been a bit like that anyway. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember if you remember a couple of years ago. Like this is public knowledge. And it's not like I'm telling. I don't know Drake, so I don't mind. He don't know me. He can't sue me. But but although there's a topic I want to talk about next week about is his name Jeremy Vine, the idiot that does the cycling videos in Joe Barton. You see that 75 grand. But yeah, Drake has been associating himself with young girls since the day I can remember. Remember the girl from Stranger Things? What's her name? Billy Bob or whatever her name is. She was like 15, you know, and Drake was texting her about boys. You know, I'm like, think about that. So think about that in 20 years, yeah, when a documentary comes out about hip hop people back in the day, he's gonna be on there, and they're gonna be saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?" So
I'm thinking anybody who you thought, this person is behaving a bit strange, or
even Jay-Z.
yeah, I'm not sure I would do that. I'm sure that there's something that will be coming
Jay-Z,
out.
Rihanna. Remember, Rihanna was young as well when she signed to
Yeah.
Rock Nation. I think, was she even 18? She might have just been 18, maybe 17 when she signed. All them things, man. Even Rita Ora signed. Remember, I think she signed to Rock Nation. She was young as well. Like
There's one.
patterns, man.
I don't even want to say it, but
Come on.
I have to still. But
I can edit it out if you want me to edit it out. My God.
no, it's fine. But I'm just saying, you know, see, Aaliyah was in
Yeah,
and around,
yeah.
but
That's
there's R. Kelly, but there's certain other man that
no.
she's been around as well.
That's a known thing that because obviously she was with Dame Dash, and Dame always says that like when he was with her, she was of age and whatnot. But we don't know that. We don't know that.
Yeah.
Even Jay-Z was probably there with. Do you know what I mean? Like, listen,
Yeah,
that
there's
whole
a lot.
circle. I'm even gonna go as far as to say I think Diddy had people killed. Like, I think he did. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I think he's
agree.
involved in murders, man, because there's too many people, unfortunately, that have died around that man for him not to have some involvement in it. The mother of his child died of
can't be that
pneumonia. Biggie died randomly when he's trying to get off the bad boy. Like, these things are just... Listen, the Netflix documentary special that 50 Cent is doing, I can't wait for that. It's going to be nice. Man. Surviving Diddy, I think it's called.
You can always trust 50 in it.
He's always, you know what? He's always been on smoke. He's always been on smoke for Diddy from the day that I can remember. You've never seen that clip where he says there was somewhere, I can't remember where they were, and I think 50 Cent was doing something, and Diddy's like, "Why don't you come party with me or come with me? We can. I'll take you shopping or something like that." And he was like, "Oh, you can't take another man shopping." Do you know what I mean? What's that? We went on a date. What's this? Sort of thing. So he's like, since then, I think even before then, and then there's a story about Diddy trying to like use 50 Cent's like the mother of his child as a sex worker, not the first mother, the younger boy that he's got, use her as a sex worker. She's been with Diddy and she's been like prostituted out and everything. So that's why I think 50 Cent's also being on smoke, because that's like the mother of his child that just out here free willing. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
watch this space. Watch this space.
There'll be more. We'll listen. This is part one of Diddy, man. There'll be many more conversations over the next couple of years about Diddy, man, because he's up there with Epstein. He's up there probably with Bill Cosby. He's up there with what's the other one? There was another one, not Epstein.
Weinstein.
Harvey
Weinstein.
All of them. He's up there with them. Meat Mill, might have to throw him in there at some point because he's a bit fruity as well.
No.
We'll talk about it on another episode actually. Yeah, that was funny, man. I ended up on World Star because of Meat Mill. Yeah, all the blogs, man, because he's bunny hopping. Did you not see that? Did I send it to you?
No, I don't think I missed that one.
Cause my phone was blowing up that day, you know, like literally, like my phone blew up, and then someone sent it to me. It's like, you're on World Star, you know. And I was like, what's World Star? It's like, oh, it's a big blog thing, hip hop thing, and all that. I was like, oh, right. And then, but Meek's fake anyway, man. Meek's around all these certain people from a certain community, and then he starts talking about things, and the same community that he's around, them sort of people that he's around, are the same people that are pushing black people down. But then he's got a voice to speak up for black people, and he's like using his body hopping on the tennis court for these people. So I ain't got time for meet me on that.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I do remember now. I do remember, yeah.
Crazy times, man.
Right.
But before we wrap up, man, has to talk about the thing, innit? The thing that you sent in the group.
Oh, so I've never seen. I've obviously, so we're talking about Wife Swap US. I've watched a little bit of the UK one. Just it was alright actually, but I had never seen this because obviously I ain't been on Twitter for a little while. So I jumped back on for the football. So I just obviously scrolling a little bit, and I see this video, and they're like, "Oh, the most historic moment in Wife Swap USA." This is obviously the episode with Donnie that calls himself King Curtis, and I swear I was still watching it to the other day because I'd never seen. I don't think I'd seen something so funny.
I got a question to ask
just
you.
For context, go on.
Well, first of all, I'm going to put the clip of that here now.
I need you guys to help me in the kitchen to fill these.
We can do it. I don't like this crap.
Definitely no cheese in the can. Very happy to be throwing this away.
It's bacon.
No, I want my bacon. I gotta tell you something. Bacon is good for me. This is very
You're going to be going to the grocery store.
She thinks, out of the blue, she's a smart little girl, that she can do whatever she wants. No, that's not how she can do it in our family. She's act like she's the queen, and we're the sorry people. Joy, I have been nice to you, but now I'm coming to the edge.
I promise you one thing, okay? If you do not have at least one food that you like, I will buy you a piece of junk. Is that a deal?
No, I keep losing at deals, and I don't want to make a deal anymore. I am leaving, and you can't stop me. I'm packing my bags. I had a very, very calm day until this. A bump in the road comes, and she's being sarcastic.
Curtis.
I won't be coming back until Saturday when you leave. She's going to try to stop me, but she can't run in those little high heels. Never see this face again.
When I'm done with this family, they will have an excellent mindset and they will never settle again. I am about to bring the pain.
I wrote a sticky note to Joy. I am not listening to your rules. You forgot that in the big freezer? But here it is.
I'm glad you gave it to me because this is...
No, you're not.
This is garbage. I made dinner.
It looks so nasty.
You haven't tried it yet.
But that's so stupid.
Curtis. How about the...
I don't care.
Rules and discipline. Being pushed, you will feel the burn of being pushed to your physical limits.
No, it'll be like that burn when you run 30 miles and be hungry and you say, you gotta eat some vegetables.
Yeah.
And the question I gotta ask you is, that kid wanted to say a particular word, didn't it? But he just knew you couldn't say it.
You know what he did, because you know that's obviously
hear the tone, the
talk there. So firstly, the producers are trolling because I watched the whole episode yesterday because I just had to see.
That invested.
Yeah. No, I had to watch the whole thing, and for context, so you got obviously wives swap. They swap the wives, and you got the two families. So they live by the original family's rules the first week, and then they swap over and they live by the new wife's rules the second week. So obviously you got this. I can't really call them. Got to mind my words, but they're from. I think they're from Southern America, so they obviously sound a certain way and talk like this and all of that, like the Langmores in Ozark. Innit? Yeah, that's what I was going to use.
Sorry, yeah.
So obviously you've got the family. They're white American, and this other family is quite militant. Black woman goes, and so they're doing the militant black woman's rules the second week, and obviously they changed the food. So the white family's used to eating kinds of mad food, bacon. Like the kid, bacon and chicken nuggets for dinner. So the black woman's going through she's going through the fridge, like putting all their junk food in a box.
Y'all
And the
gonna
kid's
have to go
like,
supermarket in a minute.
huh?
He said, y'all gonna have to go supermarket in a minute. Get all our food back.
Go get my chicken nuggets.
Go and get my chicken
And
nuggets.
he starts moving, man. But
Oh,
there's a bit where the woman's going through the fridge and she's about to throw away the bacon, and he goes up to her and he's like, I need to talk to you for a minute. Now, bacon is good for me.
Oh man.
And he starts to get ready. There's a bit where he packs his bags and he's
he
going,
gets
like
off.
he leaves to go to his grandma's, and then so in the full episode, because you can watch the clip of that bit of him having a tantrum, but then in the episode the narrator kind of trolls him because they're like, oh, obviously Curtis goes away and decides he's not coming back, and it cuts to the next scene that says, a few hours later, after some chicken nuggets at his grandma's, he comes back to the house.
I think I've either watched that. I've watched it because I used to come on like E4 or something like that, or
Yeah, it was
one of
also
them
a
mad
mad
channels.
thing.
But
if you have a chance to go watch it, obviously for the listeners, that I was actually in tears.
Yeah.
It is.
But some of the English ones are good as well, you know, like some of them.
Yeah.
Because I think back then as well, like I don't even think that would be able to come on TV now. But back then, they used to like pair the most opposite, the opposite families together. So you'd have one who like, yeah, wants to go and shop at Iceland and just buy pure fucking chicken nuggets, or you got another family that, you know, want to cook proper food and eat, like a nutritionist or someone like that who wants to like eat proper food, and their kids are in bed by like, you know, 6:30, 7 o'clock. The other kids are still swinging off the lampshades at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Like they literally tried to pick the two of them because they knew by doing that they were gonna get moments like that in it. Like with, what was his name, Curtis?
Yeah, no, King Kurt. But
King Kurt.
yeah, no, I think my mum was telling me about one where they got a proper Christian family, and then they paired them with some Satan worshipping.
Yeah, they do that, man.
And
TV thing. Have you ever seen the other one as well? I don't think it was wife swap. It was like, it might have been like family swap or something like that. It was a mad clip. I'm gonna try and find that clip as well and put it in the video version of the pod this week. But
wife swap is mad. All them shows, even was it Come Dine With Me, and all them shows.
Yeah, that's that. Do you know what though? That kind of got to the point where, like, I think I exhausted it, man. That was like my hangover Sunday. Back in the day, obviously, my hangover Sunday kind of thing, like staying in bed, like just chilling around the house. They used to put like 6 episodes or 5 episodes of like Come Dine With Me on back to back. You should sit there and watch them. But there's this thing, and like it's like family swap, man. There's like a family from like Birmingham or Coventry or somewhere like that, and one's like a bit like a racist family. I'll be honest. She kind of come across racist. Maybe not racist. She's just didn't understand other people's religions, their beliefs, and just didn't have a clue.
So you can call them racist, it's fine.
I'm just backing myself up, you know, the world that we live in. But so she went to like a Sikh's family, I think, or a Muslim house for a couple of days, and she nearly slipped up. She was outside the house and she's like, "Oh, I didn't think it wasn't that bad. Like the house was okay, and I thought it was gonna smell like that." And she nearly says the P word. She nearly says the P word. I'm gonna put the video in here. I'm gonna drop it in this.
I think I know because there's one where it's like the rich family, poor family. There's one like that, and there's another one where you have to go and live in the culture of the other family, but it's a whole family. Like you go and live in their house, and
it must be that because her son goes with her, and she goes to like the mosque or maybe the Gurdwara. I can't remember one of the two.
I think I've seen that one.
It's mad the way she nearly drops the P word on national TV, and she goes, she's
player. I meant player.
Yeah, she's flustered, man. But you could tell she's stunk anyway, so it's one of them, innit? Like, she's just greasy hair and just stinks, man. But yeah, man. Episode 1 out the way. Let us know what you think about the Diddy stuff. Let us know what you think about the Euro stuff as well. And yeah, make sure, if you haven't, like Kieran said, man, make sure you go and watch Y Swap, man, because them, especially the US ones, I always find the US ones for anything, even like we said about Jerry Springer and all that in the last couple of seasons, anything from America, there's no holds barred, like anything goes. Like the more chaotic it is, the better viewing. So make sure you go and watch all them Y Swaps over there as well, man. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you go to the audio version of the podcast, man. And we're back now for the new season, so we'll be back next week as well. Thank you very much for watching. Until then, man, peace, man. We're out.